I'm trying to secure the best possible outcome from bleaching my hair at home and dyeing it in a purple ombre.
Brad Mondo just made a very informative video on how to dye your hair at home without messing it up.
Did I buy way too many products for this? Probably. This is my sister Katie.
How long is this going to take? Going around all day? Really quick before my battery dies, this is my hair. We're gonna go wash it out. These roots have really developed, but while we're gonna wrap it up in sections, we gotta go really fast.
Alright guys, so this is the progress that we've made. Actually a pretty good lift, but we know how much it can lift based on these roots, and the rest of it did not lift very well. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually do a second process, but in reverse order, because that's basically going from darkest to lightest again. But we're not going to do the roots because A, we're okay with them being darker, B, we don't want them to get any lighter than they are. That's what we're going to do. We're not going to film it unless something horrible happens. So I will see you again when we are ready to color. I will see you then. We have just finished the second bleaching on my hair. We didn't want to damage it too much, so we did it with a 20 volume to get those ends a little bit more even. And like, I'm actually very thoroughly impressed. She's yellow, but like, if we toned it, it actually would look really nice. Luckily, we're putting purple over it, so this is a pretty good base to put on. So for the root, we are going to be mixing some of this Arctic Fox Ritual and Arctic Fox Purple Rain. Arctic Fox Purple Rain for the middle zone, and then for the ends, we're going to be doing Arctic Fox Violet Dream. Those are our colors. You're up for this. I'm up for this. We're really quick going to watch a video on the proper techniques to do ombre, and I will see you back when we have our first color mixed. It is a dark burgundy purple color. That is going to be my root color for the ombre, and that's what we're going to start with. Unlike the bleach, we are going to go from roots to ends for the color because this is demi-permanent color, so it's not going to damage my hair anymore by being on there for longer. And I really want those roots to get nice and saturated. I want them to be the darkest, so we're going to leave those on for longer. If I didn't say it before, the ratio is about a three parts ritual, one part purple rain. Good saturation. We're gonna let this process nice and long. Try to get as much soaked in as we possibly can to get it as dark and vibrant as we can. Because this actually lifted a little bit higher than I was expecting. Turn me into a purple violet, or turn me into Violet Beauregard. Really want that in the charm.
She doesn't have purple hair.
No, but like turn my skin purple.
Oh.
Violet, you're turning violet!
She's turning into a blueberry.
Well, I know for sure I'm not going to be able to put bleach veil in the title. Yes. I accidentally deleted the part where we started the melt. So, if anything, this experience has taught me that I really should not go blonde. Not only do I know that I shouldn't go blonde, I also shouldn't go light ginger. I cannot pull it off. I feel like it washes out my face. I'm afraid of wearing nude lipsticks. Man, I just have very striking features. I like everything to kind of pop. And I feel like I just kind of get lost in blonde hair. Katie thinks this is so far looking good, and she will be very honest with me if she thinks it's not looking good. Like she said before, like, she's told me throughout this whole process, like, don't go blonde. Don't go blonde. It's not a good look for you. That's kind of where we're at right now. You can kind of see the ombre right there. I think it's going to work, man. And if it doesn't, this is semi-permanent dye. It's going to wash out after a while, and it doesn't do extra damage to my hair. And hopefully this will be able to go more, like, as it fades, a little bit more lavender and less green. Because the last time I dyed my hair purple, it turned green over time. It really weird. Or, not the last time I dyed my hair with a permanent purple, it turned green over time. Which I don't know how that happened. Hopefully that doesn't happen again, but if not, but if it does, like, it does, we've got plenty of products for touch-up. Oh my gosh, I bought too much stuff.
Yes.
I've got enough to dye, like, 5 people's hair. And I have this isn't just an impulse thing from, like, quarantine and stuff. I've actually wanted to dye my hair, like, full purple for a really long time. And so now we're finally getting to do it. And this is also the first time I've fully bleached my hair. I used to have highlights when I was like really young. When I was like 9 and 10. I looked like a Karen. I had really streaky highlights like in my dark hair and like really stark blonde highlights. Because I was like, Mom, I want to dye my hair. And she's like, this is the only way you can dye it. And then in 9th grade, I dyed my hair like a really bright burgundy color, which I thought was kind of a look. I've done a lot of weird things with my hair in the past. I've like kind of shaved the sides of it in an undercut. That was my last major haircut. So I had bangs, straight across bangs. Then I cut myself, and then they were side bangs before, and then I wanted to cut them a little bit shorter because they were a little bit too long, and I went way wrong, and so they ended up I had my mom help me straighten them out, and it came to like right here. I called them my Beezus bangs, or Ramona, not Beezus. I called them my Ramona bangs because they look like Joey King. Yeah, they look like Joey King's bangs in Ramona and Beezus. In fact, I actually looked a lot like her, except for I looked about 10 years older. Maybe not 10 years older, but like a good 5 years older than she did. It was still kind of ridiculous though. They did grow out over time and I liked them, but they were starting to get in my way. So eventually what I did is I was like, you know what? I like this cute bob and bang situation going on, but like I don't really want to deal with bangs anymore, so why don't I just cut all my hair to the length of my bangs, except for like let's make the top part of my hair the length of my bangs and then cut everything in a fade up to that. And that's what I did. And that's the picture that I put earlier in the video. And that was that cut. And we put a little bit of color in there because I thought, oh, I should dye my hair like purple or something in there. And we just did a little accent color. And that's kind of what that... Now that first picture, it was like a burgundy color. And that's because I was lifting from a dyed black because I dyed my hair black for Halloween. Like,
You did?
I did. Remember when I was Edna?
Or Edna? Really?
I dyed my hair for Wednesday and I dyed my hair for Edna. I was Edna mode, and of course the battery's going out. So I guess I will see you guys when we are doing the final color, maybe the style. Bye. Alright, guys, we did it. We're finally at the end. I just took a shower and I put in the Ion after color sealer thing. I have washed, I have conditioned my hair. Everything is done, and now we're going to reveal it and style it. And here is what the last color looks like wet.
Yes.
I think that's pretty awesome. It does look more purple in person though, not on camera. And that's partially because we have pretty yellow light right now.
Yes.
Why does it look so much darker on one side than the other? Probably just the shadow.
In your camera or in...
Yeah, in the camera.
You did get a little lighter in the roots.
Yeah, I got a little bit of lighter in the roots, but
It looks good.
for an at-home job, and this is your first time doing it, and doing an ombre, this is pretty impressive. Yeah, it kind of goes lighter, darker, lighter. That's not what I was expecting it to do, but I was also expecting darker roots, so... But that's okay.
It works.
It works. We're going to put some heat protectant in there because it has been through a lot today. Is it getting on your hands?
No.
Okay.
It's not.
It did. It's always so scary to me every time I dye my hair. It's like the first time washing it, it's like there's going to be no color left on my head. And it always used to be especially scary to me as well because I've never really bleached it at least this much when I've dyed my hair. So I'm like, I'm not going to have any color left. It's going to be all brown again. But now I know, like, oh, it's going to be fierce and I'm so excited. Okay, let's see if this has all been worth it.
Oh my, okay.
This is
Yes.
awesome!
I think we really...
Are we so glad we did this? I'm so glad we did this.
Oh, I just love that middle color.
Right?
Like, it's not straight cut lines. And the ombre.
Yeah, it didn't end up super straight cut, just like...
I mean, there's a little teeny spot right there, but it's okay.
It's to be expected. And my hair is so
Feels so
smooth. It feels so healthy.
It does.
How does it feel so healthy after 2 bleachings? And
So good.
I don't think we could have done this more right, to be perfectly honest. The only thing that I think we could have done differently that would have made it a little bit more what I was imagining was just not really processing the roots,
Yeah.
except for maybe for like 5 minutes with 20 volume. Ugh,
It feels so good.
I'm so excited.
Like, there's no split ends.
That's pretty rad, man. Like,
It looks actually amazing. And it's so you.
it's so me.
And
And it looks great with my skin, too.
It does. Like,
I feel like I'm wearing a wig. But I'm not. It's my real hair. I never never get this excited by hair. This is probably the most excited I've ever been for a haircut or for a hairstyle. That looks so cool.
Do I have a clean clip?
I can't even handle it. I feel like a new woman.
I need a clean clip.
Okay, and then we're gonna do some little flat iron curls on it as well. This is amazing. I have never felt more confident with my hair, and I feel like I just got it done at a salon. Like, that's the way that it feels in my hair. We love a queen with purple hair.
9 hours was worth it?
Yeah, I think so.
More like 10 now, I think.
This is probably, seriously, I think this is the best possible outcome for doing it at home with someone who doesn't have their cosmetology license. Like, this looks almost like it was done at a salon.
Oh, I could do such pretty updos with this. Like
Go
just
for
twisting it and stuff.
Go for
Well,
it.
not right now. I'm just doing curls right now.
I know. But, like, over quarantine,
Yes.
yeah, you guys need to check out Katie Riddle hairstyles, right? Or hair?
Yeah, hairstyles.
On Instagram. I will link it in the description. Down below, you can see this transformation and all the other cool updos that she's done. It seriously looks so much more pink on camera, but I assure you,
it looks so pink.
I assure you it is purple.
Hey.
What? Look!
Oh, that's cool.
Right?
Look at it.
That's super good.
Right?
It's so cool.
I'll show you the full thing when we're done curling.
Underneath the roots don't look light.
You know, I think maybe some of the stuff from the bottom, like from the comb and stuff,
Yeah.
go on it.
That's probably it.
But I like it.
I think it looks good. I'm sorry we didn't really show the ombre process as much, but kind of wanted to leave it a surprise. Also, they've already taken so much footage today.
Hi guys. So everything has just been kind of rough. I got copyright claimed first by NBC and then UMG after I already fixed everything. They still didn't like it. Apparently I used a recording of Rigoletto that is owned by UMG. So I'm doing a voiceover here and then I cut in with a different voiceover later. It's fine. So basically right now what I'm talking about is how the roots in some places ended up uneven, but I think it was really worth it, both money and time-wise, and we're also styling my hair. And as you can see, my sister did do a really, really good job. And here's the final result. In a better light. So as you can see, it is a lot purpler in this light than it was in the bathroom. And that's just because this light is a lot cooler than our bathroom light. I'm talking about how I really love it. I feel like a new woman. I'm really confident in my hair. And yeah, it feels really good. And now I'm explaining that I'm doing a voiceover in this part. And I'm going to go over some things that I think we did well and some things we could have improved upon. So here we go. First thing that I think we did really well was our technique. Our application process was really good and thorough. The melt technique was really good, and our sectioning absolutely immaculate. My sister did tiny little baby sections. The next thing we did well was our saturation. As you can see, everything's really, really thickly and evenly coated. Just because it took so much time, it did process at different times, but after a second process, everything came out really nice and even, except for some spots in the roots. But we will talk about that at the end. The next thing that we did really, really well was damage control. Not only is all of my hair still on my head, it is actually relatively undamaged. We got out of it without any extra split ends or anything like that. Product quality. I went through and I tried to research what is probably going to be the best products that I could get without having a license. We made sure not to get any box dye or anything like that. And the last thing that I think we did really, really well was following the instructions. So I think overall we did a pretty good job, but there were some things we could have improved on. The first thing that I think we could improve on was the speed. And because we were doing such small sections and making sure everything was covered really thoroughly, it definitely, I think, took a lot longer than it could have, than maybe it should have. I think we could have done this in a little bit of a shorter time. Because we took so long to bleach all of the sections, some of them developed a lot quicker than the others, and because I was worried about the damage my hair would take, we didn't actually take the time to process the head as a whole. If we had done it a little bit faster, we probably could have done a little bit of a better job getting it even on the first time and not worrying about it. But ultimately, I'm glad we went the pace we did because it helped us get a really nice result. The next thing, and this is definitely on me, was getting the correct amount estimations. I bought probably 4 times the amount of products that I needed to buy. We have enough to at least fully bleach my sister up to a platinum, and she has really long and really thick hair. We have that much left over, so I really kind of overbought everything and could have saved a lot of money. The next thing that I think we definitely could improve on is the process of bleaching my roots. I wanted them to be lifted a little bit, and they ended up lifting a lot higher than I was planning on. We probably should have used a 20 volume on the roots rather than a 30 because we were going for darker roots than the rest of the hair. And the last thing that I think we could have done better, color awareness. Now, I was planning on, again, my roots being darker. I mixed burgundy and a purple together for my roots because I thought it would blend in nicer. But the problem was when my roots ended up lighter, I still went ahead with that plan, expecting it to still end up being darker for some reason, even though looking back, there was no way that was going to get much darker. My roots were not dark enough to be able to pull off that burgundy thing. It definitely could have improved there. But overall, I think we did a really, really good job, particularly my sister. All of you should go follow her account on Instagram. Thank you so much for sticking through this. Brad Mondo, if you are watching this, thank you so much. And your videos really did help me. And Michelle as well, thank you so much for your contribution. Love you the most. And for everybody else, stay safe and remember that you matter. Bye-bye, guys.